EA Sports coverage of the National Football. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. This one fielded at the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And I'll bet right now just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions.
No,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 77 yards, and a touchdown.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Uses the stiff arm. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Hood completes it to Dixon. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Hood. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
You call plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago. And another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Hood. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Now the try here for the point after. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. That time, a 9-play drive, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
They'll run on first down. Long. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 21 carries, 83 yards.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
2nd and 6. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping, and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Banks. That catch good for only a couple. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from 53. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. To throw on 2nd down. Hood. Dixon, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hood. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Hood. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A couple of first downs, has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw again. He finds his man. Complete. It's Dixon. 7 yards, the pickup there. Now they try the right side here. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Now this defense for the Lions, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Caught by Jones. And he will have the Bears first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drills, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Hood. And this is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, go.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on a fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. Hood. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. This is brought in at the 21.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
7 yards, the pick up there. Second and 3. Throw left side complete. That's long. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's long and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Second and 11 now. They'll look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. He finds his man, complete. That's Banks. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And, folks, this is a 67-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well. But the pressure, it's got to it.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. Second and 11. Now a handoff looking right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The solid stiff arm. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That last throw moves him past 27,989 yards for his career, so that means he moves ahead of the blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw, on the all-time list.
And, boy, he loved to throw it downfield, didn't he? That's why he was the blonde bomber. Remember, he'd throw it downfield to John Stallworth and Lynn Swann. It was gorgeous. Big throws, big plays, Terry Bradshaw.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Hood. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want.
Touchdown! A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And now the Bears are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 15-14, 1-point game. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken from about the 12. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over today, and it's not going to. We still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much a margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Bears take over. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's doing his job, but the bottom line, they're losing. They've got a deficit to make up here, and he knows it.
And quarterbacks who last in this league learn that lesson really early. You may have had a great stat line and felt pretty good about how you played, but if your team didn't win, it almost doesn't matter. And right now he's adopted that attitude. How do I get better? How does my team get better? How do we find a way to win the game?
He's hoping to lead his team to a successful drive. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. Brings up 3rd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Lions will take over. So here are the Lions to take over. They've got the lead right now in this contest, and they're coming off that victory a week ago against the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Again, he targets Ridley. This time it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, The alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, it's long, and he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself against. It's just a whole different animal kicking in the rain, and we've really seen him struggle.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hood. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Still going. They can't stop him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first time.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Hood. And Jones has it over the middle. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. From the gun, Hood, he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
And, boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Now the extra point. It's good, and it's now 21-15. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. First down now, but that clock rolling. Looking to throw. He finds his man complete. It's long. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he's got room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks so much. We'll get back to you and Charles in Detroit in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at what's following our 2 games later today. Some great games still to come. And I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as that promises to be a tight one. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the Minnesota Vikings. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, those fans will be riled up, as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and the Tennessee Titans. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they too found some success throwing the football. But I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And the half will begin with a touchback. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They're going to look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They lost 7 in a row coming into this ball game, but lo and behold, they have the lead here as this drive begins 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Hood. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now they try the right side here. Bust through the tackle. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Hood. And his throw is going to be incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw. Hood. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has been a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's long. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up the 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
53 is the mark. 53. Check 53.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's long. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll make it a second down. They'll try the left side. Long. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll look to throw here on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Banks. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. And this is caught at the 8. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Don't let 89 go deep. Whatever you do, don't let 89.
2nd and 9 now. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. It's their quarterback taking it in. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead.
The defense was almost too good on that play. They took away all of his targets. The one thing they forgot, to account for him as a runner. And he's able to tuck it and go for the end zone and get it done.
Point after here coming up. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Second and 12.
And now here's a carry heading left. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try to get something established and get things moving.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded at about the 28. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Lions offense set to take over.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd and 6. And that's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
On third down, Hood. And this one is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Good coverage there, holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw here. And he will find Ridley on the left side. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Long. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
$13 yards remaining on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Long, and there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 35 yards that time on the punt. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Hands it off out of the gun. Gets it up around the 22 and no further. Did show some power on the run, but not a whole lot of room.
Here comes the ball.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush. What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. On 1st down, it's Long, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Well, we saw him score on the ground earlier in the ball game. This time, the defense says not so fast.
Yeah, that's good scouting and good awareness, isn't it? Because you always have to be wary of him keeping it himself, especially in this part of the field. Because if he doesn't like what he sees, you know he'll take off and try and go for it himself.
And his kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Hood. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. So here come the Lions now. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll try the left side. Long. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And this defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard. They'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Throwing on 1st down. Hood. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To throw on 3rd down. Hood. Throwing right, and that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 36 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun.
Hood. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. And this one is right through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Time for another look at this Lions offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's caught inside the 30. And in for the Lions touchdown. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
And sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and that throw traveling an even 64 yards in the air.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
So now the Bears down by 2 touchdowns. A little under 2.5 to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. On first down, Hood. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Snags it for the pick. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Another shot now for this Lions offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll run on first down. It's long. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Long. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he fires one, but incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bears take over. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 2nd and 4. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Detroit, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.